I'm gonna throw this past you. It actually did not go past you. It's a do-rag, bro. It's just gonna fly. Well done, my TMP family. It's Ashley Verse. I've got 3 of my favorite photos here that I'm literally just gonna go through and talk to you about the history of some of them. All right, so we're gonna get into it. First photo that we're gonna look at is AJ TRACEY's Lover Loser cover. So I actually took that photo on set of the music video. We had a studio build. It wasn't shot on location. It wasn't shot in a fancy hotel or anything like that. It was all built up from scratch in the studio. The theme of the whole video itself was built around Scarface. So anyone who has watched Scarface will probably recognize the scene where Tony Montana's sitting in the jacuzzi on the phone going wild, and that was recreated for AJ's Lover Loser video. I've worked with AJ on a few different things, like I've been to like live shows for AJ and stuff like that, so it was sick to be able to come down and do like some BTS for him. I remember like talking with him about potentially having it as a cover, and we got it done. Like literally, if you see it on whatever like platform you use, there's no text on it, literally just a photo and a parental advisory sticker, because the photo was like just so clean. It was like exactly how we both wanted it, and it ended up as the cover. So yeah, I was quite proud of that. Still quite proud of that. The next photo that I'm gonna get into was my first ever magazine cover. We had J HUS for Mix Mag. I can't lie, doing this one, I done it in like 2017. It was mad overwhelming. I got asked to put together a few cover ideas about how I wanted to shoot HUS. I remember kind of stressing about it because I didn't know how to do it. I didn't really think about getting a set designer or anything like that before. I had it in my head that I was gonna make this myself. So I bought loads of different plaster from home base, 2 different types of paint, and some planks of wood that I thought would be strong enough to hold up the board. They weren't. I literally painted all the different panels in my house and spent the first hour of the shoot in the studio trying to build it as a set. Had the blue and the orange literally painted and nailed together till it looked kind of even and smooth. Obviously we did a full editorial for him, so we shot against a few different fabrics, like a few different African fabrics that held the same color scheme. We really wanted to get like the orange and the blue contrast, kind of like the warm and the cool as our main shot. And when we had the gold done in the print, it actually shimmers. So it actually, in the magazine version, is gold and gives it the same shimmer. So we really wanted to like accentuate the skin and accentuate the gold colors, and yeah man, I feel like it really came out. It's been one of my staple photos. Like, I really appreciate looking back on this when I look at it. All right, last but definitely not least, I have the picture that I took from the BLM protest that had been happening at the start of lockdown. That was one of my first times out the house, to be fair. I'd kind of been staying in and keeping to regulation. I'd never been in a group that big until I felt like I had a cause that I really needed to go to and really needed to be at. A lot of this picture for me is remembering the vibe of being there on that day and like the passion, really. There was so much people there in attendance and the crowd was so diverse. It just felt really powerful. The press that it came with was very different to like the pictures that I captured on the day, which made me feel like I had almost a responsibility as a photographer, as a black man, to represent and show what I saw on the day and so give it my own narrative. I think we've hit a point where we can't allow like the narrative to be controlled by other mediums, and if this is my honest truth, then that's what I want to show and tell. The reason for the red, I think a lot of people were told to potentially wear red that day, but when I kind of isolated it in the black and white, it really stood out for me. A lot of people's banners had like red text in it and things like that, so across all my photos from that day, I kind of maintained the black and white theme with the red color pop in it. It's quite a personal photo. I mean, the other 2 photos I've showed you have been mainly from work, from jobs that I've been hired to do and places that I've been asked to attend. But that image for me was very personal, something that I wanted to go to a place where I felt like my presence was almost needed, but maybe in a personal sense for me, I felt like I needed to be there and I needed to see that and I needed to capture it. So many people, but then the monuments that we're standing by, they overtake us. There's all these people here, but we're still consumed by this big building in London and what those things represent. So there's such a strong contrast in there. Cool, so that's been me. I'm Ashley Verse. Thank you for tuning in and having a look at like 3 of my favorite photos over time. Thank you for the TMP family for having me once again and always. If you want to see some more of my work, you can follow me at ashleyverse on Twitter or on Instagram, or ashleyverse.co.uk is my portfolio. Big up, love. But I've never seen these 2 printed, and like seeing this printed is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, like the quality is sick. Sure. It's your photo. Lit. Yeah, this is cool.